Hello everyone, welcome to Rama Talent Hub. Today in this video we are going to discuss about articles. What is an article? Basically it's an adjective. We already have learned about adjectives in our previous videos. It is nothing but the word that is used to qualify a noun or pronoun is called adjective. So here adjective, like adjectives, articles are also used to modify nouns and pronouns. So English has two articles, that is definite article and indefinite article. The is called definite article, whereas a or an is called indefinite article. Then where to use this definite article and where to use indefinite article, let's see with a few examples. So here definite article or indefinite articles. The is used to refer to a specific or particular nouns. For example, if I say let's read the book, I mean a specific book only. So I intend both of us to study the same book. So you can't read any other book than that I intend. One more example I would like to add here. For example, if I say I found the book which was last yesterday, I meant to say only that book which was last yesterday, but it can't be any other book. So this the is the article or definite article which is used to specify a particular thing. Hence we call the as the definite article. And coming to a or an is used to modify non-specific or non-particular nouns or pronouns. For example, if I say let's read a book, I mean any book rather than a specific book. Let's read a book, any book it could be. So we call this a or an as indefinite articles. Next, indefinite articles. We already came to know why a and an are called indefinite articles. Then when to use these a or an? A and an indicate that the noun is indefinite, referring to any number or any number of a group. For example, my daughter really wants a dog for Christmas. She didn't specify any dog. So it's just any dog. It's just a dog. And then second example, somebody call a policeman. Here we don't intend to say so and so police officer only. It can be any policeman. So we don't need any specific person there. In these two cases, we didn't intend to specify any person. Rather, it could be anything. That is why these a or an are said to be indefinite articles. Coming to the next slide. The definite article is used before singular and plural nouns when the noun is specific or particular. What is a definite article? As we have learnt in previous slides, it's a the. So it is used only before singular and plural nouns when the noun is specific. The refers to a particular member of a group. For example, the dog that bit me ran away. I'm not talking about any other dog, any other dog. I meant to say, or I meant to talk about only that particular dog which bit me. And next, another example, I saw the elephant at the zoo. Here we are talking about a specific elephant, rather saying any other elephant. So here this is the definite article. Next, coming to uses of a and an. A is used with singular nouns beginning with a consonant. A boy, a car, a bike, a Jew, a dog. So here all these are singular nouns if you notice. And then singular noun beginning with a consonant sound, that is also very much important. Generally in your during your childhood or during your school days, you must have learned it that before consonants you should use the article a, but it's actually not the spelling that matters, it's the sound that is produced when you pronounce is matter. For example, here a boy in the first example. So boy, B. B is of course a consonant and is also producing the consonant sound only. So we use this of no doubt. In the second example, if you observe, generally we know that a, e, I, o, u are vowels. But according to that, if you use an user, an university, an unicycle, you can't say that, because when you pronounce this user, it's not giving us any consonant sound, rather it's user, yeah, which is not a vowel. So it's giving a consonant sound. Based on that, based on the sound that is produced, you need to go with the article a. And an is used with singular nouns beginning with a vowel. An elephant, an egg, an apple, an idiot, an orphan. If you notice here also, it's not just the vowel that matters, the spelling that matters, but it should produce the vowel sound as well. An elephant. So elephant is a vowelic sound. Egg, vowelic sound. Apple, and again vowelic sound. So this rule is applicable when you use acronyms as well. Next, if the noun is modified by an adjective, the choice between a and an depends on the initial sound of the adjective that immediately follows the article. For example, a broken egg. Here the adjective used is broken. Noun is actually egg, but it is modified by an adjective broken. Here the choice of a or an depends on the initial sound of adjective rather than the noun or pronoun. So here broken is the adjective used, and which is beginning with the consonant and giving us the consonant sound. That is why we need to choose a broken egg. Then problem is the noun here, and unusual is the adjective used. So based on the first letter and the sound that is produced when you pronounce it, we have to take unusual which is a vowelic sound. So we have to go with an unusual problem. Coming to the next example, a European country. Why did we choose a European country here? Because though it's beginning with the E, when it is pronounced as European country, yeah, which is not a vowel again. So we have to go with A. Then remember that in English the indefinite articles are used to indicate membership in a group. Membership in a group in the sense, suppose I'm a teacher. So I'm one of the people among many other teachers. So all the teachers is a team here, a group, and I'm one among them. So I'm a teacher. Here indefinite article is used again when we are not specifying a particular teacher. Then Brian is an Irishman. So here Irishman, the citizen of Irish, is a group here. So all the citizens of Irish are the group there, and Brian is one among them. So we have used the indefinite article an. An is used because Irishman, it's giving us the vowelic sound again, A-E-I-O-U, I, and Irishman. That's the reason we have chosen an Irishman here. Next, use of articles with countable and uncountable nouns. The can be used with countable nouns, or the article can be omitted entirely sometimes. I love to sail over the water. Here, some specific body of water. I love to sail over the water. It must be the water, when you must be specifying some water body there. Or you can just say, ignoring this article, you can just say I love to sail over water. It can be any water. And then he spilled the milk all over the floor. So some specific milk, perhaps the milk you bought earlier that day. Or you can just omit that the milk and can just say he spilled milk all over the floor. So it can be any milk there. So it depends on whether to use the article or not. It depends on the context. If you are specifying any amount of or any noun in that particular context, of course you have to choose the article there. If you are not specifying any article, then of course you can omit that and you can just go with the noun. And next, a or an can be used only with countable nouns. I need a bottle of water here. So here, if what you have to notice is here we have two nouns, bottle as well as water. But what we have to mind here is we are using the article with the bottle, not with water. Whereas water is uncountable noun. We can't count water, but we can count bottles. So with the countable nouns only we can use a or an. I need a new glass of milk. So here we have minded the glass again here in the second sentence. So that is why new is the adjective, as we have discussed in the previous slides. So with based on the sound that is produced or based on the letter that is there just before the first letter of this adjective, we have chosen the article a. I need a new glass of milk. Next, where to use the. When you discuss about placement, I sat at the center of the classroom. So the is used here because you are talking of some placement there. The center, the top, the middle, the bottom, etc. And then another case that is used, another case that can be used is before superlative degrees. Superlative degrees means what here? We have 3 degrees in English. We will discuss about this in detail in the upcoming videos. But as of now, I will just would like to provide a brief knowledge about that also. We have 3 degrees in English. They are positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. Positive degree in the sense when you talk about an individual, then you can say it's in positive degree. Though it's a positive quality or negative quality, you can take that as positive degree. It's not quality, it's just degree. And then when you compare the quality or characteristics of one individual with that of another person or individual or an object, then you say we call it as comparative degree because we are comparing it. And then the third degree is superlative degree. What is a superlative degree? Suppose when you compare the characteristic or quality of an individual with the entire group, then it is said to be in superlative degree. So with that superlative degree we use the. One example I will give you. Ramu is the cleverest boy in the class. So there are many other students. Suppose if I just say Ramu is clever, since I am talking about just the quality of Ramu, then I say Ramu is clever. So clever is in clever is in positive degree. Then when Ramu is compared with some other students, suppose if I say Ramu is cleverer than Raju, here I am comparing the qualities of their wisdom. I am comparing the wisdom of Ramu as well as Raju. So same qualities are being compared here. Then it is said to be in comparative degree. Then the last degree is a superlative degree. When I am comparing the intelligence of Ramu with that of the entire classroom, then it is said to be in superlative degree. With such superlative degrees we use the least, the best, the worst, the tallest, likewise. Then with universal things, what do you mean by universal things? The sun, the moon, the world, the sky, the sea. So all these are universal things. So we have only one sun and one moon, one world, one sky. So these are universal things. Then with collective nouns also, suppose the police, when I say, it's not referring any single individual. We are not specifying anything. It's representing a collective noun. and then fire brigade, the army, the class, etc. So I am talking about the collective nouns there. Next, coming to musical instruments and holy books, also we use the article the. For example, the piano, the guitar, the Bible, the Ramayana, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, etc. Next, with higher order officials, suppose when you say the president, he is the president of our country, we say. So why we are saying the president? Because he is the highest official in that cadre. So we use with higher order official, we use the article the president, the DGP, the principal, the God, the Almighty. That's how we use the here. Next, omission of articles. What do you mean by omission? Just leaving, skipping. Some common types of nouns that don't take an article are names of languages and nationalities. For example, Chinese nationality, English, Spanish, Russian. So here Spanish and Russian are the languages, and Chinese, English. So these are all languages and nationalities. So when we discuss about those things, we can just omit the articles. It's okay to skip them. And names of sports. With names of sports, you can't use the articles volleyball, the volleyball, and volleyball. It's you can't use the articles there. Next, names of academic subjects. I love the mathematics. You can't say. It's just I love mathematics. I hate biology. So history is easier than computer science. Likewise, we just talk about the academic subjects, but not followed by any article. And then with proper nouns in the sense names of anything or anybody. So we can't use any articles before the names of somebody. So this is all about articles. Hope this video stands helpful to you. We'll meet in another video. Till then, bye.